Welcome back to American Wing Chun. I am Sifu Matt, and today is day 19 of our 25 Days of Christmas Wooden Dummy Exercises for Beginners series. Today's technique kind of continues from yesterday with the Bong-Sau. We're going to do the Dai Bong-Sau, Dai meaning low. That's funny. Usually Dai means big, but in this context it means low, which is kind of, to me, an opposite meaning. So a Lower Bong-Sau. And so we'll start off setting the distance to the dummy. So you're at that range where you can still reach the dummy. Then you're going to have one arm in Bong-Sau on this lower arm, and the other hand's going to be in Wu-Sau again. And the Wu-Sau should be where your fingertips are at the height of your chin and about a hand distance from your chest to your wrist. So that's where the Wu-Sau goes. And somewhat between these two arms, not inside them, but not out here, not over here, in between and in front of your center. So then like yesterday, I switch the hands and then I turn my body. Switch my hands, then turn my body. And I want to have this arm lifting up into the opposite top corner. If I pull my Bong-Sau away, it should drop. And then I switch my hands and then I turn. When the elbow is moving, the body is not. When the body is moving, the elbow is not. I switch, and then I turn. Click, turn, click, turn, click, and turn. Switch the hands and turn the body. And you don't want to slip off of it. I still want to be facing more or less into them. And the wrist of the Bong-Sau should be in front of my belt buckle, basically. And if you were doing a Kwun-Sau, which we'll do in one of these videos, the hands should be stacked on top of each other. So the Wu-Sau is in the same position basically as the Kwun-Sau, Tan-Sau hand is going to be. So I want this to stay in front of my center, and this is in front of my center, and I switch the hands in place. I'm on the outside of the arm when I do that. I'm not switching my hands here and then having to go around that arm and make contact that way. I switch in this space in front of these tips of the arms here. I switch the hands, the Bong-Sau going over top and the Wu-Sau coming back behind that. And then I turn my body and make that Bong-Sau on that lower arm. I switch the hands and turn. I switch the hands and turn. Switch and turn. And I want to power this motion with my body turning. The elbow's got some pressure coming out with this. So I want to have pressure in this arm, and just kind of hangs from the elbow here. So I'm not letting it just be dead and then turning and then missing. I want it to drop out, and from my elbow down is just kind of dead. It's kind of just hanging there. And then when my body turns, that rotational force of the body goes into the arm to power the Bong-Sau. And this can be used to defend really anything coming on a lower line. You can use that as a nice transition to come back over the top of something. This can be used to defend a low kick, actually. Let's say if they lopped, they grabbed and pulled both your arms and kicked you in the body. And so that kick's coming in. You can take the force of that kick, or the lop that they're doing, they're pulling your arms, take the force of their pull and make that Bong-Sau happen to defend that kick. And so from that position, once you've done a defense to the kick, you can lop them back and do a Fox-Sau back to their neck. Fox-Sau is this whisking hand that chops into them. So this is a nice transition to other techniques later on. But for now, just practicing the coordination of this. It's good to have the positioning practiced for the lower Bong-Sau when you get up into some of the basic Chi-Sau sections. It's not like it's Buji Chi-Sau or anything like that, but it's still student grade 11-ish. You have this lower Bong-Sau, maybe even before that. So having this practice on the lower arm here, doing a lower Bong-Sau and having some live pressure on it. That helps to train this before you get to more advanced things later on. So practice that well, and this is day number 19.